Let's play ball. Good breakfast back there. Looks like all of you have partaken. Thank you, Scott. So let's talk a little Father's Day touch. How many of you sent one out? How was the response? Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of what we're talking about today, prospecting versus marketing. There you go. That might fall.
Oh no, this isn't Father's Day. This was in golf.
Right in the middle.
Tell about Eddie's good success with the golf tournament.
Good, good, good. But again, Father's Day and Mother's Day is kind of a layup. We'll see this. This is MJ's. Turn that light off, Ernie. I thought this was pretty cool. So she sent this out to people, if you can see it. Didn't cost much, right? These are actually these are real teas in here. So you can see it right here. You know, just good touch, good touch. Okay? Gotta be careful. Gotta turn on light. Gotta be careful out there. I always remind you, reread your text before you send them, especially with auto-populating. Not going to name names, but I did get one on Sunday morning from an agent in this office. Brad, you are the world's greatest F-A-R-T-E-R.
No longer is that proof.
Yeah, which is accurate, but I don't know how they did it.
I spent a lot of time with Brad, I'd say.
Yeah. Definitely top 10. So, yeah, just be careful, you know. I got a kick out of that, actually. They actually saw quickly and reset that. Okay, so we got to go a little bit out of, Billy is dressed for a reason, so we're going to let him talk about his caravan here.
So we've got a caravan at our new listing. It's on Vermac Court. It's probably a 4-minute drive from here. It's just go up Ashford Dunwoody, Valley View to Chambly Dunwoody, to the left on Vermac. It's right there. And it's 1.2. It's got a pool. It's got tennis. The tennis is actually, you can see it from the whole back of the house, the kitchen and whatnot. So we thought it'd be fun to have a little agent luncheon and serve food, but also do a little tennis exhibition.
Oh, good.
So our own Ernie Hartfield, Megan Cummings, we've got a couple other people playing. Wade Morris is going to play. Just a little fun expedition, but if the very least, come over and grab some lunch and check it out. I'm about ready to change it to pending, but since we put out the promotion, we're gonna continue on with the event. We're looking for backup offers, so come check it out, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Get to see all these like pros, like Ernie and Megan. High level tennis.
There we go. Scott, I appreciate the breakfast. I know you got to run, so why don't you come talk to us? Scott with National Property Inspection.
Real quickly, I want to ask y'all, what's the one sticking point that once you get the report, or what do you do next when you get a home inspection report? Read it. What is that?
That is a key point.
Yeah. And not just the summary, but the whole thing.
Cry.
Well, you guys want to know what everything costs, right? Is that a pain in the neck, running and then letting in contractors, your HVAC, running back and forth to the property? I've got a solution, and we're the only ones in America that are offering this for free.
So, you've decided to purchase a home, and you've also decided to get a home inspection. Then you get your inspection report back, and it's really detailed and a bit confusing. What you really want to know is what's it going to cost to fix all these items? And that's when your realtor tells you about RepairPricer.com, the fast, easy way to turn any home inspection report into an incredibly accurate estimate of repairs. So you go to RepairPricer.com and upload your report, and that's when the magic happens. Our team of pricing experts gets to work immediately, analyzing your inspection report in intense detail using satellite and AI technology to model your home to estimate exactly what needs repairing and what materials are needed. And at each stage, a human pricing expert carefully reviews, refines, and double-checks everything at one of our regional centers here in the U.S. That's why our reports are over 98% accurate in real-life scenarios. And you know that by using RepairPricer.com, you are helping create jobs here at home while getting a clearer, more accurate picture of what your new home will really cost you. Within 24 hours of upload, you receive your report back. A concise and easy-to-read tool that you and your agent can use to help negotiate repairs or price reductions on your new home. That's it. It's so simple. A lot of our clients ask, why hasn't someone done this before? We're not sure. But what we do know is that we have helped thousands of home buyers and their realtors turn home inspection reports into dollars and cents. So, the next time you see an inspection report, think RepairPricer.com.
It has a sample on the back of what it here, Repair Pricer. So we're the only ones in the United States that are offering this for free. It's basically a $60 value. If, God forbid you don't use NPI, you can still get it. You just have to go to Repair Pricer and pay for it. But it's free with us. We take care of everything. You don't have to worry about uploading it. You just click the email button and it'll send it to there. And then when 24 hours, you'll get the report back with it all priced out. And therefore, you can spend less time on running back and forth in your car and more time concentrating on your client or other clients on down in the pipeline.
Yep, really smart. So if so you're saying that if we're a listing agent and we get that report, we can still use this feature because the buyer's controlling the inspection for a fee, not through you guys, but just directly at Repair Price?
Yeah, I think you could, yeah.
So,
Yeah. We do a pre-listing inspection, so if you guys want to get, I know above a certain price point, homes are sitting a little bit longer, so we can come in there, tell you what's going on so they can have the home ready to go. We can always do it then too.
perfect.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a very cool feature.
Enjoy breakfast.
Thank you.
No, that's really pretty cool feature. I know some of you lag in the ability to get quotes before you submit inspection. So along those lines, again, it is kind of simple, but you do have to read, right? You do have to read them. True story. Last week, right before closing, agent in this office, good agent, apparently during due diligence and inspection, all by email agreed. Other agents said, I'll type it up. Our agent never read the type up. Everything wasn't in there they agreed on. Big disagreement on what was supposed to be fixed. You got to read this stuff, right? Okay. All right, let's go. These guys got to get out of here, so let's do it. Let's do top producers. So we report two ways in this company. We report year-to-date top producers, and we report the month of that particular month. So May top producers, got some interesting, exciting names on here. We're going the wrong way. Okay, there you go. Good, all good. Number one group, Becky Wynn Evans, Redco. That's big. It's hard to beat the Fry team. 2, Fry team. 3, Providence group. 4, the Gaines group, and 5, Alexander group. Congratulations. Top teams, 2 and 2 only. Mike Culver team, RJ and Jim McCarty. Cynthia Pierce team, Eddie Levin and Sam Klein, and Joycelyn Junicius and Nina Von Wheat. Hey, there's some good names on there. Top commercial, Howard Garrett, Dave Thomas, Rocky Kaufman, Lita Jordan. Look at number one. fantastic. That is fantastic. Joel Perkins, number 2. Look at number 3. How long? 1 year in the business. Megan Truman. That is awesome. Number 4, Connie Martin. Brandon Atkins, 1 year in the business. 5. Osei Anam, 6. Ming Zhu, 7. Dan Bangs, 8. John Kassane, 9. 10 is Mia Hanna. 11, Bobby Fasella. 12, Amanda Martin. 6 months in the business. 13, Steve Spears. 14, Rashad Arnold. And 15, Jennifer Lundstead. Again, last year in the business. That's fantastic. Congratulations. All right, let's talk a little follow-up systems. You out here, Billy?
Yes, I am.
All right, hit them
Good to
well.
see you guys.
Hit them well. So, in my opinion, the process of going bigger in this business, improving your business, starts, you're new, you have to master lead gen, right? We have to master lead gen. We have to be able to get enough leads for enough presentations to turn into buyers and sellers for closing. So we have to get comfortable with lead generation. Second, at some point there's a probably it's conversion. So we've mastered finding people, finding places where people are, and how to touch them. And then we need to find how do we convert them into clients. Okay? Third, which I think is for the most part poorly done, is mastering the follow-up. This is one of your biggest systems. I don't know if people think of it that way. They think of systems as I get a listing and it's listing to contract, or it's contract to close, or it's buyer presentation to contract. But I don't think many people think of follow-up as a system, and it's probably your biggest system that really will make the difference in you being a pro. So, first of all, right here, after a meeting, after appointment, okay, we're in them all day, what's your thought process? Say that, Deb?
Well, you walk out and you check your phone and your email first, because whoever called or emailed has been waiting.
Correct. That's a system. So we're in meetings, we're in appointments, we're showing buyers, we're listing a property. That all is in our day. The first thing we do come out is check, check, check. Plain and simple. I mean, it seems so simple, but I don't think a lot of people do it. Because I contact a lot of people that truly, it's been a long, long time. Sometimes not even that day before they respond. It's over. It's over, right? Like, this is a urgent business. So we check everything quickly. We don't have to respond to everything quickly, right? So you come out of this meeting right now, you have 7 texts and 4 voicemails. I listen to them. Got to have a system for what I do with them. Okay, listen to the first one. Where do I put, if I need to follow, I don't need to respond now. I can respond when I have a free moment. Could be tonight. Where do I put that? Right? Listen to the second one. I might, hey, John, Bill said you're great. I want to buy a house. I'm going to call right now, right? There we go. So, we need to know how to prioritize these things, but you have to check, check, check. Exactly. Some people I see, some people have 2. They do have 2 phones. I see it. I see people walking around 2 phones. I'm checking both phones. I'm checking all my emails, correct? And my texts, okay? Second, I think a lot of people fail at follow-up because of their calendar. I think a lot of people, I understand, I mean, it's modern technology, but I don't think it's modern, actually. Gary Keller will agree with this. Using your phone as your calendar, I think is inferior. Why is that? Gary says the same thing. He carries a calendar. He carries a calendar, right? On your phone, you cannot see 7 days, right? I promise you, being able to Sunday feel your week, feel the pressure points, Tuesday's going to be hairy, I have some time Wednesday, it's important. And when I'm setting an appointment, I can look at everything, right? So I highly advise you have a bigger, and you can see it, right? Have a bigger calendar. I promise you. And Gary says same thing. And you can actually, I can look up faster what's happening next week than you can on your phone. I can. Okay? So, also, confirm, how many people confirm tomorrow's appointments today? Thank you. Thanks. I can go. This meeting's over. So great. No, seriously. I mean, especially, there's a lot of times where I set an appointment and the first time we can meet is next Tuesday. What are the odds that person's going to, I'm going to remember it. Okay? So, don't come in and complain that your whole day was shot because no one showed up. Starting at 3 or 4, tomorrow starts today at 3 or 4 o'clock, right? So, just go through, start texting, however you want to say it, looking forward to our meeting tomorrow at 10, confirming our meeting tomorrow at 10, right? If you don't get a text back and you wake up tomorrow, it's probably not going to happen, right? So it's a key point. It's just a key point of follow-up. Okay, another thing is how do you keep track of all this stuff? And most people I see, it could be in anything. It could be in a spiral notebook. But it's just a bunch of notes all over the place. In every angle, in every color, right? What are the odds of you actually remembering this? The key is remembering this stuff. That's the game we're playing. So, I would highly advise you create a sheet for you like this daily. Update this day. So, have a small pad, okay? So, everywhere you see me, I'm walking around with these two things, always. If I go to lunch, I'm taking these two things with me. Okay? Small pad is things that have come up today. Blank pad in the morning. This is something I need to attend to today. Right here. Okay? If it isn't, it's going to go on this sheet. Okay? And at the end of the day, if I still have things on here, this is daily stuff. If they're still not crossed off, I'm going to here. So you need to break down your life. And these are different for different people. This is me as a team leader. It's not me as an agent. But if it was me as an agent, I would have my schedule, right? I would have probably over here buyers and over here sellers. I would have a pipeline down here. And then I would have probably people to call back, email back, and text back. And then probably the names of my family members over here. So what we're trying to do, which we're trying to cause ourselves to remember things. It's so simple, it's difficult. So if we have a pad of paper that's pick up groceries, call buyer, they're jumbled. What we're trying to do is get into smaller categories where I have a free moment. Now all I have to do is look, who do I need to call? They're right here. Who do I need to text? They're right here. Wow, there are all my current buyers that I can literally go down one by one and think about them. We went out last Sunday. I need to contact them in some way today. Here are all my sellers. What do I need to do? Boom, think about it. Boom, think about it. If it was me, I would transfer this probably daily. First thing I did when I wake up, I'd do a new sheet. Cross-offs disappear. It causes you to think through your business. And your business is your buyers, your sellers. So I would have it under contract too, okay? And pipeline. So the more you think about that, the less you're gonna forget, because you've thought about each of your clients every day. Anyone feel like their system is great? Yes? All right, Ole. So just joined us, and he's a star. So, and I know I'm convinced you have it. So tell us what you do.
So very similar to what you showed here. Every day I have a action item list of clients. I'm an apartment locator, by the way. I've been doing it for 22 years at ProMove, and really excited to join the Keller family and really sort of learn a little bit more on the home sale side of things. But with apartment locating, you're just flooded with client requests every single day, with appointments that need to be scheduled to go tour apartments, follow-ups, and a sheet like this really helps with keeping track. Who's going to apartments tomorrow? Let's call them. Let's make sure that those apartments still have the availability. Let's make sure that they have directions to the apartments. Transfer that to either the day of the appointment or maybe even the day after the appointment. How did your visits go? Did you find a place? Did you lease? What additional information do you need to help you make that decision? So very similar.
Good. So a lot of your business growing, your image to your clients as a professional is your ability to follow up in a proper way where they know that. They know. I mean, just same thing. I mean, if I finish showing buyers, I probably, on my pad, I'm going to call, text, or email them either tonight or tomorrow with some sort of follow-up, right? Great showings today. Thought Main Street fit the best. What are your thoughts? I mean, that's what, thank you very much. We hired you to help us think. That's what we do, right? Get better at follow-up, okay? Lead gen, got to do that. Lead conversion, got to do that. But follow-up is going to make a big, big difference in your business. Any other thoughts, questions?
You can always write a personal note, that we teach. After you encounter somebody, drop them a little note.
Yeah, that could be another category, and I agree. So again,
But that can be your follow-up
right,
touch,
right, and you're going to forget it. I mean, I'm just saying, if you don't have these close by when you're on the phone, or write note. I mean, there you go. You're not going to. A lot of this is remembering stuff. That's a big part of our business.
I wanted to step back for a few moments, a couple steps back on the confirmed appointments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm understanding from you, and perhaps you can correct me, that if you do not hear back from your appointee, that you should step away. But if you have scheduled the
No, I'm not saying step away. I'm just saying today at 3, if I look forward to our meeting tomorrow, most people are going to go, yeah, looking forward to it too, or
right.
Thumbs up. Okay, I get nothing, and we're meeting at 10 today. I'm going to say 50% they won't show up.
But we should still show.
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
If we've scheduled it.
Yeah, no, you just can't bag it. But I'm just saying, there's got to be a little red flag that, I don't know.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah, no, you still gotta act like they're coming, but. Absolutely. Okay, all good? All right. Golf tournament. Y'all like doing those? Yeah, how many of you did it for your clients? In here? How many sent out, did a tournament? Okay, great. So, I know Eddie did it, and I know Virginia did it, and he got a lot of response. So,
It was a tough job.
winners, first place, 31 under, which was actually very good for this tournament. Beyond.
31 over, man. And 31 over.
Over. Is that what it says? Or
Under.
Yeah. Yeah, over. Tough course. Number 2, second place, Bill Haas with plus 34. Bill's 2 in a row. Seems to know golf. 3, tied for third with plus 37, Steve Fader and Robert Fasella. Bob, are we going? Good. There we go. Congrats.
Third row, left.
Sorry, Bob. In the weeds. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Standing in the back. Nice, you're sitting down. So, Yannick.
All right.
Yes.
Come on down.
Renee Dillon with Yannick.
Hi, good morning everyone. Renee Dillon. with
Happy
Yannick.
birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
thank you. They get less fun to celebrate every year, but I'm glad to still be here. So this morning I got a call. I think I talked about property tax appeals last week at the team meeting. So I got a follow-up question from one of the agents here in this office, whether or not it was a good idea for sellers who were about to list their property or currently have their property listed, whether it would be beneficial for them to file a tax appeal. And the answer is it depends. We I confirm every year because you never know what the tax commissioner's office is going to say when you call them up and ask them questions. Tax appeals can be assigned to new purchasers. So if your seller has filed an appeal or wants to file an appeal, perhaps, a lot of times in different markets, sometimes sellers are afraid that their house won't sell by the time taxes roll around. They want to make sure that the appeal gets filed. It can be assigned to the new buyer. It's a little bit of a tricky process. They want the new buyer to come in with a signed form. The form is not provided by them. It's just something that you make up on your own, saying that you have sold the property, you're transferring the appeal rights to the new purchaser. Purchaser has to bring their warranty deed and their ALTA statement to any sort of meeting. The trick here is what they want to see in these appeal assignments is that the buyer is going to be responsible for any further money owed on the taxes if the appeal is denied. We don't like to close things with taxes under appeal. Way back in the day, I worked at a firm where we actually made sellers withdraw the appeal. And the reason for that is when your property taxes are under appeal, when they get billed out, they bill out at 80% of what the actual tax bill is. So, if your tax bill is based on an assessed value of $200,000, they're going to bill out 80% of what they would normally charge you. The problem is if the appeal gets denied, they end up billing for that additional 20%. And, a year after the appeal has been filed, a lot of buyers and sellers don't remember that. There's a lot of confusion as to who owes that money. Technically, if the appeal is denied, that 20% should be prorated according to their closing date between the buyer and seller. But a lot of sellers, they leave the state, they move off, and they're very hard to find and hard to get that money back. So to circle back to the original question that I was asked, is it beneficial for sellers to file an appeal? And the answer is that depends. If you have a seller that's going to stay in town, that's going to keep in contact with the buyer, that's going to communicate with them regarding the appeal process, perhaps. If not, some agents and some buyers may actually look at it as a negative because they don't want to have to go chase the seller down for additional property tax money if the appeal is not granted and if it's denied.
Everything you said is a nightmare.
I was going to say it's a lot of nightmarish information that I just gave. Yeah, it is.
Putting sellers and buyers and talking and dealing with buyers thinking about, oh my God, my taxes are going up.
Right.
I hadn't even bought the house. It would be a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, years ago, one of the firms I worked for, we actually made the sellers withdraw the appeal prior to closing. Or we just prorated on what the 100% amount would be because it is a nightmare. It's a headache after closing. So your seller may think they're doing something good or beneficial for the buyer, but oftentimes it does not turn out to be the case because a lot of these appeals don't get granted. Yes.
Renee, could you put the seller's portion of the 20% in escrow and then release it based on that?
Let me tell you about doing that. So I would say conservatively about, oddly enough, because people, you would think that they would all want the money. We have a really hard time getting everyone to agree to release that money. Now with CFPB rules in place, we have, we get dinged when we get audited by all the title insurance underwriters when we have money sitting in accounts that's not getting paid out in a timely manner, and these often don't get paid out in a timely manner. We also just, any of y'all know what is cheating to the state Department of Revenue is? When people don't claim their money for 7 years, we have to hold it by law and then send out letters, and then we have to send it to the state if no one claims it. We end up as cheating a lot of that money because we just can't get people to get back to us and agree for it to be released. So that was a really long answer to say no, we're not going to do that. Great idea, but no, we just can't get involved in it. Anyone have any more questions? Like I said, that was a lot of information and a lot of crazy, nightmarish information. And if you have any questions, or if you have sellers, probably the better thing to do, if you have sellers that are asking about doing this or whether or not they should, if you don't feel comfortable talking to them, send them over to us. We can give them all kinds of good advice and scared straight advice about whether or not to file an appeal on their taxes. Any questions?
Good.
Property tax is always such a fun topic. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Kevin's right. It's a messy topic, but it's part of our life. So, yeah, be prepared. We're kind of in that season. And there you go. So many people come to me, they say, well, we'll just have them escrow it. No one wants to be the escrow agent. That's the truth, right? You just heard why. I mean, you can't get both sides to sign off. I mean, it's just so hard to be in that position and have no liability that I've released it to the proper person. So it's a tough game. It's a very tough game. We have announced both events, correct? So our 2 annual events that happen. Can't see them. So one is our pig roast, which will be at the home of Kathy and Bill Haas, October 20th. So that is a Saturday. Bring your family, spouse, kids, significant other dates, probably 3 to 6. We have jumpies, all the games. We cooked the pig the night before, actually maybe even the better event. Just agents in the office, you can stay up all night with us cooking. We'll start about 6 at night, take the pig off about 10 the next morning. Bonfire, big screen, sports will be on, so little adult beverages. So put that on your calendar. The Hold'em we can't see in the lease. What date is that?
It's September 20th.
Okay, so we're going on the 20th both months. Y'all know Tracy Todd has passed, and we did that for 4 or 5 years for her, but now we're going to continue. Probably funds will go to KW Cares. There's always people in need. Again, this is a great event. We bring in professional dealers, professional tables, 30 of us playing for class awards. It's very competitive. We have some good card players in here that take it serious. So put that on your calendar. It's a good event. All right. Let's go Certainty Home Loans.
Yay.
Bada boom, bada bing.
So finally, probably after 6 years, not that it's good or bad, but pretty much these guys walk up here and say rates are the same. But now we're getting into a period where all of us in what we do need to be watching closely.
We do need to be watching closely. One of the things, Randy Lip, Certainty Home Loans.
Allison Eloquin.
I wanted to kind of give you guys maybe a state of the union a little bit for what the mortgage industry is going through now and over the last couple of months, and what we're looking forward to over the next couple of months.
everything is very, very positive. As you guys know, we had a pretty bad meltdown a few years ago. And what happened was all of the mortgage money was being too freely lended, and property values declined, and we had the big bankruptcy thing, the short sales, everything else. But since then, now the pendulum's starting to swing back the other way. So we tightened everything up, and now they're starting to loosen things up. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a few pieces of good news. Debt to income ratios have gone from, Fannie Mae had a razor sharp 45% debt to income ratios, and now it's up to 50%. Okay? So they've loosened things up a little bit. USDA. Anybody know what USDA is? Yeah, if you're doing any kind of loans in the rural area, it's 100% financing. They had an income limit of $55,000. They've just recently raised that to $86,000. So big changes. Mortgage insurance. Everybody hates mortgage insurance, right? I really wanted to talk about that a little bit more. I won't today. I may hold a class on it later. Mortgage insurance. The rates over the past couple of months have started to drift down. Why? Because foreclosures and things like that have decreased. So now the mortgage insurance companies are reflecting that in their rates. So that's a good thing for you. By the way, who thinks of mortgage insurance just as like a monthly premium? Pretty much everybody, right? Don't you think mortgage insurance is just a monthly premium? Did you guys realize there's actually 4 ways that your borrower can pay the mortgage insurance? And sometimes that'll make the difference between them being able to qualify and not qualify. That's one of the things we talk to your prospects about. You can actually pay a one-time premium up front for mortgage insurance. You can finance that into the interest rate. And if they're putting at least 10% down, you can actually finance the mortgage insurance premium onto the loan, not the rate, just like FHA does. You finance it onto the loan, which gives your borrower a much lower payment.
And it doesn't change the LTV.
Right. Doesn't change the loan to value, doesn't change the pricing. It's just financed on there. So that's another thing. Again, it's making things easier for you and the home buyer to get into these homes. Conventional loan programs now at 3% down. That's been around for a while, but it's just something that's kind of changed over the period of time. Lower scores. Now we're not getting crazy here, all right? Don't say we're going to go back to the way it was in 2006 and 7. No, we're not getting crazy, but we have lowered the scores, like on an FHA, from a 640 down to a 600. So there's a lot of things that are improving in our industry that are going to make it easier for you and your buyers to buy homes. Just want you guys to take advantage of that. Come see us, come talk to us about it. Bankruptcy, foreclosure, those periods, we now have investors out there that are willing to look at loans and do loans one day out of bankruptcy, one day out of foreclosure. Now they're going to pay a higher interest rate. They're going to have to put some money down, but those programs are now available. Okay? So just wanted to kind of pass that along.
Use us to problem solve for you guys, okay? You want me to hit rates real quick?
Hit it.
All right, rates.
Hit it, kiddo.
Maybe on the right page. Conventional is around 4.75, 4.875, and then your FHA is around 4.625, 4.75. Okay.
You've got jumbo pricing at still under 5. It's gone up a little bit. Don't forget the jumbo ARM pricing that you can also use for non-jumbo. We have ARMs that you can lock in for 150 days at no fee, no cost, with some great rates. 7-1 ARM, somewhere around 4.25. You can get a 5-1 ARM, maybe at 4%, and lock those things in at 150 days, depending on the program.
When you're writing a jumbo loan, how long should you do for financing? Is it 30 days or 45 days?
It's going to depend on the borrower, but we close most of ours within 30 days. We have jumbo investors that we underwrite ourselves, and we also have jumbo investors that we underwrite, and then they have to underwrite. So sometimes it just depends on the program. Okay? But also, you asked me about cash out investment. 75%. depending on how many properties you own. Any other questions? Thanks, guys. Congratulations. You guys are having a great month. We had a record month last month, so I know you guys did. Appreciate it. If you want some more information, come sit down and talk with one of us. All right? Talk to you later.
All right, good news, more people can qualify. That is good news. But as a wealth builder, investor, what does what they just said mean to you?
Should expand your number of people.
Well, no, that's on the bright side, but when we start seeing major loosening, your eye as an investor should start twitching. Not to say it's going to happen tomorrow, but it could be 2 years. But it might be the start. It is a very good leading indicator that now might be the time to back off a little bit on the buy side. Right. Yeah, I'm just saying. So, all right, let's talk a little prospecting versus marketing. Jake, read that for us, if you would.
Many people think of prospecting as marketing, as mutual exclusive, but I encourage you to think bigger and see them as mutual supportive. Your prospecting can be supported or enhanced by your marketing, and your marketing can be supported or enhanced by your prospecting.
Okay, so I was out last week on vacation, and this topic was discussed, and it sounded like maybe got a little sideways with which is which, right? And the truth is, both are important, right? They're both very important in your lead generation game, plain and simple. And I think the lines between the two have become more blurred than in the past. So you have, this is out of shift right here, okay? So this is not all, but most ways that you can prospect and market. The obvious, this book was written for the shift in 2006 to 8, so what is not on here, it is massive, is texting, social networking, emailing, correct? Which I would kind of put in the middle. I think they could be prospecting or marketing. So, it's not which one's more important, it's the combination of the two and how you do them. Okay? There are 40 known ways to sell real estate. Yes, there are, Charlie. Yes, sir. And most, well, you got a lot of them on here, okay? The fastest and the furthest, lowest hanging fruit is working a database of people that know you, like you, trust you. But I would think everyone would be working that. That should be the fastest, easiest business. But most of us need to be working one or two more, not all of these. You can't work all of these. You got to pick one that's in your sweet spot. And I think if we went around the room, there would be, in addition to database, different people in here do different things. Some people call for sale by owners and expireds. Some people have a website that people go to search, and they get them as a buyer. Some people farm a geographical area. Some people door knock. Right? There's a lot of ways. Some people contact apartment communities.
What are allied resources?
Well, that's really, that could be your vendors. I think of allied resources as the people that actually refer me business. Okay? And which is a special group. So, what does Gary mean here? What does he mean by that? Because there's no right or wrong way. If we're a new person, just depending on your behavioral style, some people are going to tend to want to market more as a new person, and some people are going to want to prospect more. Okay? I think my simplest definition of the two is prospecting is really making direct contact with people on purpose, and marketing is indirect contact.
I would say intentionally and unintentionally on prospect.
So what do you mean by that?
A simple conversation at lunch with someone could end up being, that was a kind of unintentional meeting, can end up the direct leading to the business.
Agree. Agree.
So
it could be you didn't intend to go to lunch and talk to someone, but you talked to someone. I would say for the millennials, this gets tougher and tougher, okay? They grew up hiding behind this machine, right? And Gary's right. We go online, which I'm calling this online, to get offline. So yes, there's a lot of applications with that phone, and I'm a huge texter, emailing, social networking, but we're doing all that. We're Facebooking to actually make a connection to get face-to-face with people, because business, not impossible, but rarely happens without getting face-to-face, okay? So, that's how I would define the difference in the two. So we have to make contact with people. We have to engage. We have to engage. And depending on your behavioral style, it can be different. Some people, I understand, it's fine. If you want to go more marketing to start with, that's okay. So what does our book say, Stacy? What are we trying to do as far as number of touches in lead generation?
Our 33 touch?
Correct. So simple it's difficult, we overlook it. But if you're new in the business, a huge key to the growth of your business is how many people know you're in the business, right? If 10 people know we're in the business, it'll be a pretty slow year, right? So it's fine on the marketing side. Actually, that's what we advocate. Send a letter, an announcement letter to every single person you know, letting them know in the business. We can't do business if people don't know we're in the business. And then after that, we need to start contacting them. And again, most people think in their mind, the people that want to market initially over prospect, they do that because they feel like I don't know everything, or I'm bothering people, okay? Actually, when I sold, I never considered what I was doing bothering people. I'm here to help people in real estate. I'm here to make them money in real estate, save them money in real estate, make their home more efficient. So I'm contacting you with information that's going to help you in your real estate world. Everyone wants to talk to us. Everyone owns real estate. Everyone's invested in real estate. They're interested in it. So I understand there's some things, there's some courses we take bold. We're basically calling up going, hey, do you need to buy or sell real estate? Or do you know of anyone looking to buy or sell real estate? Honestly, I sold 1,000 properties in my career. I never said those words. But so you can do it that way, that's fine. But most of the time, I was there to help them with their real estate needs, plain and simple. So if you can see it that way, and I'm not calling to bother people, I'm not contacting you, or my email is not to bother you, but actually to give you pertinent information about our industry, and it is pertinent, right? There's certain things that you can receive that you would go, that guy knows a lot of stuff, and this guy doesn't know a lot of stuff. The better it is, and they start seeing your face with good information regularly. Now, not only have I contacted a lot of people, they know I'm in the business, now they're seeing regular intel.
The antidote to thinking, oh, I'm going to bother them if I call them or text them or whatever, that we teach and Ignite is always bring value to the conversation. So you're not trying to get something from them. You've got information. When her door knocking class, have information that would be of value to that person, whether it's about their neighborhood or something, before you approach, so that, you know, that's how you get over, I'm gonna bother them.
Right, and thank you for saying that. That's all it is providing value. And it's a lot easier to do, right, Tasman? What do you give them when you door knock? You give anything?
The comparables of their particular community, or just a high level of what, and if I'm strategically door knocking, I would show them what their value looks like.
I mean, who would be mad at that?
What does that look like, Tasha? Like, do you actually say your house is worth X, Y, Z, or you give them a range?
I'll pull the tax record and show, then they already know when they bought it, and then we look at what the comparables on that, in that community look like. So we're estimating.
And when she said strategically, that's not knocking on every door in a neighborhood, doing your homework in advance and figuring out which ones have an equity position and printing those tax records. So let's say you're only gonna knock on 10 to 20 doors. So it's that strategic word, that, and y'all should watch her video on our YouTube channel on door knocking. Lots more information.
So, there you go. I mean, she's not gonna knock on my door. I'm gonna go, get away from here. I can't believe that you spent an hour working on this information for me about my community. Go away. I'm not. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. If we provide value, that's the key in everything we do. So look at this list. Decide, you can't do all of them, right? For sale by owners and expireds, every single one of those people has their hand raised. Most of us, 98% of us, want to go and contact people that we don't know if they have a real estate need, where here are two groups. I have a need right now. Why do only 2% contact those people? Scary, right? It's a lot of rejection until you get the exact script, and it takes some rejection to do that. But once you have crossed that hurdle, you have unlimited business. The biggest producers in this country are the guys that have mastered that skill for self-owners and expirers. Direct mail on the other side, I would pretty much, other than your announcement letter, say you don't have to do that. It's ineffective in this world, and it's expensive. There's far better ways. But look at this. Look at this. Pick ways, but we really, again, marketing is great, and I think we all market. We have systems for marketing, and hopefully they get less time intensive and less expensive to free. But I do agree that your prospecting is the key. We have to make contact, and that either marketing causes that contact or that contact causes us now to market. And it's all a time equation what we do. So the top producers, they understand I need regular contact with my people to keep myself top of mind in their world and keep me in a position where they think that and believe that I'm the best realtor for their needs, and that in their mind I'm their realtor. So there has to be systems of marketing that go out. Whether probably the top people don't do them, they're paying someone to do them. But those have to go out regularly, 33 touch, and we prospect. We have to prospect. Okay? All right. Listening to.
There's a brand new e-edge 33 touch that's come out. Anybody that does not have their database on a touch system, I will show you how. Just make an appointment with me. I'll teach you how to do this. It is, you set it and forget about it. So easy, and it is better than nothing. So please take advantage of this. Just let me know.
Go see Stacy. Yeah, I mean, you're so far ahead of the game if that is set up, and no matter what you do, your people are getting regular time. It's just keeping your name.
And it's professional.
Right, exactly. All right, let's do caravans. What do you got? You already heard from Bill playing tennis over there. What else we got? Hey.
I got one, it's a pocket listing, just not even photographed yet, but it's an active adult community, Claremont Place. There's a 1-bedroom with a sunroom and a balcony. It's on the inside, the courtyard side of the building, so it's quieter and, yeah, I live next door.
Easy.
So anyway, asking between 225 and 230.
What does a pocket listing mean?
We just haven't put it on.
What does it mean, Susan?
I'm asking the question.
What's a pocket listing?
Does that mean we're not listing it? We're not giving
It's not
full
official.
visibility to all the
Official
buyer's agents out there?
What's the answer?
It's not ready to go to the MLS.
Could be, or, I mean, you could have a seller that basically said, I really don't want to list it, but if you know of anyone, tell them about it, right?
I got a new listing coming up for all your buyers under 200,000. First week of the third quarter, Prince Select subdivision, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, approximately about 1,600 square feet. We'll probably be going around like 195. Prince Select is near Camp Creek Swim tennis community. I just did a listing 2 weeks ago and it never hit the market. I had like 4 offers on it, so we're under contract now. Excuse me?
When is it ready?
It'll be it will be ready first week of third quarter, so like first week of July.
Is Princeton Lake, are you talking about Marietta, Princeton Lake?
No.
Camp Creek.
Camp Creek.
There's a lot of them, you're right, there's a lot of Princeton. Yeah, it's hard to find anything under 200. Pretty much you can get under 200, it's gonna sell with multiple offers.
I have a new listing coming up. It'll be next weekend in Sexton Woods in Chamblee. It'll be 425, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fantastic flat, big backyard that backs up to the park. So, and it sits up on a hill. So great for expansion, good lot, 425. It'll be totally moving condition.
When's that gonna be listed?
Next Friday.
Is it a pocket
Is
listing?
that
I guess.
That would be a pocket
The
listing.
listing is signed, and so, you know, we'll be promoting it, but, nobody can get in early, it'll be, you get in next Friday.
There we go.
I have a fully exposed listing. Really need you guys' help on. Please connect me with anybody that works the west side of town. I have a brand new construction resale. Brand new construction, never been lived in. It's a resale. Active adult, 4-side brick, maintenance free, gated community, 285. My clients need to sell this property and we just don't have enough foot traffic. So please, if you don't have a client, at least connect me with another agent that you know that works in that area. Someone looking at downtown.
So West Side's a pretty big area. What part?
It's Douglas County. It's 20 minutes to the city. It's right off Interstate 20. I mean, literally right off Interstate 20. It's 5 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating. 5 minutes from the hospital, the Kroger, post office, everything. Great little secluded community, but the listing is not pocket. It'll be going back live the end of this week.
We'll bring you someone, can I get some earrings like that?
Absolutely. I will have you totally flossed out with the KW if you bring
Come
me
see
a-
Tosh with his KW earrings.
Here we go. Is there an inactive adult community? I'm gonna develop one. There's no supply of it.
What's going on at your house?
There we go. All we do is watch TV. Nobody walks a little Dave.
Since we're talking about the west side, I've got a pocket listing. It's a $135,000 fully renovated 3-2 house in a neighborhood that sells within a week normally, out in Douglasville area. If anybody has investors that might be interested in that price point.
It's how much?
It'd be probably 135, give or take $5,000
It's
on the
ready to
listing.
go?
Pardon me?
Look, it's ready to go.
Pocket listing.
So Trail Creek is the neighborhood, and it'll be fully renovated. Full renovation will be completed by second week of July.
There you go. I mean, we're in that world now. I mean,
It's off of the Lee Road exit of 20.
Yeah, people need under 200. You might be Going to Douglasville these days. Right? There you go. Who else? Okay. This week, first day of summer officially. Business still very, very good. Find a way to keep motivated. Again, heat takes it out of you. Schedule something early, schedule something late. Keep going. The business is very, very good out there. Okay? Put the 2 big events on your calendar. Have a good one. Yeah, Hosses.
Go to the hospital. Get lunch. Lunch.
Are you